Greetings and welcome to the Poets Cafe, where the art of conversation comes alive, highlighting a new era of the Poets Cafe where artistic voices comes alive. As we welcome everyone into and across the threshold of a new beginning, we will honor the voices and faces on our second anniversary. Today's stories will mark a new chapter on the billboard for artists, writers, singers, poets, painters, and crafters, many with gifted talent, sharing stories of yesterday, today, and stories untold, poetically speaking. Welcome to the Poets Cafe with Ron C. McCray and Terry Benjamin. We will continue on our journey into a new romance novel of relationship, with music as the lit, and the soul and the rhythm moving the body from side to side, leaving only memories for our audience as we move forward in today's show. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, let's get into our show and listen to the voices of the shadow winds blow, poetically speaking.
Let's get started. So again, today we come to you all the way live, enjoying this beautiful weather, and hopefully that you could enjoy this show. As we always begin, we begin with letting you know that the engineer for today is Brother Pierre. And then we go to our VIP lounge. Got quite a few people in the lounge today, Ron. Hopefully these are people who will continue to subscribe to the program and also tell other people about the program as well. And so in the VIP lounge this afternoon, we have Harry Mars, Joanne Blount, Sylvia Carter, Marlon Mikulski, Doug Dan, Isu Canty, Janie Holmes, Sabrina Crumpton, Wade Hudson, Chanel Gilmore, Monica Sane, Katrina Madison, Jamal Abdullah, James Holloway, Keith White, Ja Jones, Sammy Miller, Anasa Mayat, Cedric Brown, Kiki Newton, Pat Hughes, Laura Flashberg, Diane Smith, Deborah Smith Bennett, Mark Roberts, Mary Louise Dowser, Elliot Hale, Mary McDonald Swindell, Tony McQueen, Tyson T. Robinson, Gregory T. Williamson, Sharon Gaines, Laura Ledbetter, Elizabeth K. Kelly, Amira Shabazz. And also a special, Ron, I don't know if you know, but today is the birthday of our queen, Ruby Shivers. She's a young lady. Yeah, give her a hand. She is the young lady that got us involved in this. You know, I started as a guest and a co-host, and 1 month I couldn't do it. And so I said, and she said, could you recommend somebody that may fill in for you? I said, I got a brother of mine, and brought Ron in, and we worked with her, and then was opportunity for our own show, and then we got that. So again, thank you, Queen Ruby. It's because of you.
The door of opportunity.
That's right. And again, we got into that. Today's agenda, we raise our daughters. And that's from the idea, Ron, it's an old adage from our community that says we raise our daughters and we love our sons, which means that we teach the daughters how to cook and clean and that kind of stuff, and we don't do it to our boys. And I told my wife that in my first marriage that, whatever you teach the girls, I want you to teach my son. And it really did him well because he cooks for his children who have twins, and he knows how to take care of himself. And so we go on to the quote of the day. And I don't know, for some reason, Ron, I'm sort of stuck on Dr. Maya Angelou. I used her last week, but now I got a quotation from her for this week. And the quotation is from Dr. Maya Angelou, and it says here, "Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination, full of hope." And that's for Maya Angelou. And again, refer you to the wall up there, we call our wisdom wall, and every so often we bring in people from that wall and quotations. And sometimes we do whole programs on those people because those are our inspirations. As always, and this is special for me because I don't know what this brother is going to come up with, but I'm always pleasantly surprised, and I'm amazed at his level of creativity. And so, as you know, if you've been watching the program for some time, now we have Ron's poetry?
Well, good evening. Once again, it's always a pleasure and a blessing to Ruby Shivers and each and every sister. And I say sister at this moment because it's Women's Month.
Yes.
Okay, so we're celebrating women, but we're not leaving out nor forsaking all the men because it's important. Because again, it was through the wounds of a mother that we came through.
That's right.
Although God, if you believe in Him, He created us first. But it's because of the rest, we had to have a channel to come through, to have the blessing to understand what the fruits of the labor of life is all about.
That's right.
I'd like to get into it because, again, this today's topic in our program is really going to be really, really interesting. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I'd just like to recognize a couple of things. One, again, this is Women's Month, and I'd just like to read this from book I read to you before, but it's a history book with all kind of stuff, our history. And before I do that, as you see, the hat is a beige one. I came with the blue one and the green one. And I said each color represents the military, even though on here, on these hat, does not have the branch, but it identifies 250 years. And as I said before, I had an issue with that. And then I thought about it. I said, in the 250 years, all the hell that we've been through, we will not be here, nor society will not be where it's at had it not been for us, right. The inventors, the writers, the singers, the actors, even in condition you and I cannot begin to imagine. So it's important. Your history is far beyond the comprehension of your president. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right? Yes. So let me just read this and identify one person. This person here is Helen Clayton. Helen Clayton, 1907, was the first black president of the National Young Women's Christians Association, the YWCA. You know, it's interesting. I don't think that exists anymore.
No.
YWCA.
Yeah.
Clayton was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the daughter of a Pullman porter and a cooking instructor. She graduated from the University of Minnesota in 1928. She served with the YWCA in Trenton, New Jersey, and in Kansas City, Missouri. She was Secretary of Interracial Education with the National YWCA in the 1940s and was a member of the YWCA World Council from 1946 to 1952. In 1946 and 1973, she was a member of the National YWCA Board of Directors. And again, is to just identify, again, what our history, our legacy has brought forth. This is back in 1907, okay? 1907. So we and women this month been doing long before then, even before the chains was shackled you with. So keep that in mind. Celebrating Women's Month, Women's Day, every day.
That's right. Every day. Every day. And again, it's important for us to keep that in mind because we wait for certain months to celebrate certain things, and really we don't have to do that. I mean, we celebrate our history every day, and our women's history, that's got to be 24/7 as well.
I want to read this one. This one is titled, Stranded Alone. Stranded on an abandoned island after a shipwreck with no ways to sail away. The shipwreck is an illusion that the mind creates, a picture of a ship without a sail or rudder to move it. Just stuck, hoping that something will come along and make a pretend move on a way without water, like a fairy tale without a dream. Stranded on a mental island, seeking to escape the harsh chaos of the world, with no thoughts of how to move a stranded, old, and dilapidated ship. Sitting in isolation for many years, never considering that nothing has moved since dawn. Are you a shipwreck? Waiting for a drop of water to move you somewheres, pretending that a tidal wave is on its way, rolling like thunder with a splash of a billow thought, as each smirk says, yes, we are about to sail into the sunset, waiting for an opportunity to arrive. Now you are jumping for joy that the dream you were imagining was just a laugh and no one is there to greet you on a dry, sandy land. With an abandoned ship going nowhere. Are you stranded, stuck in a world of waiting to make decisions someday while others have moved on to brighter opportunities that awaits them today, not someday? Mm-hmm. What is your location and what happened to the GPS or the compass for direction? Being stranded is an unfortunate place to be, and time has often passed by. Mm-hmm. Ringing the doorbell inside your mind, crying out, "Wake up!" Don't you hear somebody knocking on the door? Look out the windows and listen to the banging. Can't you hear it? Or are you deaf too? Don't be a castaway stranded on an island with an old abandoned boat that goes nowhere, just wishing you had woken up to the day that has already passed. Waiting for your waves to roll in someday as you keep telling yourself, it's coming soon. Just wait and see. Stranded alone on a deserted island with nothing to do, fading into the midnight hour as the sun shifts where the moon sets, you realize that someday, soon, you'll be rescued, only to find out it was an illusion for believing in a guiding light from the universe which spoke, but you were asleep, still stranded. Now, just in short, and I hope and pray, and I'll be honest with you, that many have really grasped the point of that, because again, we talk about writing a book someday, we talk about reading and going this and that, and the other, creating your opportunity, the door of opportunity. Mm-hmm. So here, you're stranded on the island. So create that picture in your mind right now. Mm-hmm. Are you stranded someplace? Wow. Isolated someplace? Mm-hmm. Crying and somebody ringing a messenger came and told you, hey, get up, do this and do that, and yet you still sleep. Mm-hmm. Don't be stranded. Wake up right now, this very moment. So when I finish speaking, and that's a half a second, you should have waken up and started on your journey because your ship is coming. Don't wait till the waves come and the ship never sailed off. That's right. Okay? Because now you're still stranded.
Wake up, stand up. That's definitely something that we need to look at. And we always say in the words of the song, wake up, everybody. Because, again, that is even more important today.
Let me read this one and we'll move on because I think, again, our program is going to be really, really interesting. And I know for me, as I'm fully aware of a lot of things, but nevertheless, it's about the audience, and that's what's important. Yes. Black folks conversation. Mm-hmm. Black folks talk an unspoken understanding of how we communicate with slang that was introduced by the colonizer and marked by violence, symbolized by a whipping post turned upside down and ribbons flowing around the neck. Yet we came back. Black folks' conversation always revolved around that, and they focus on their own affairs without worrying about others' business. In the past and even now, people whisper about each other's matters, and no one can verify the truth. Still, black folks' business continue, as if the day was about accomplishing something, not just taking a long lunch break. Stay out of black folks' business. Stay out of black folks' conversation or business if you know what you are talking about. Black folks have their own issues to handle without prying into someone else's affairs. Where we come from, we know how to mind our own business and not interfere in others' matters. Black folks have their own problems. Black folks go to church, work all day, come home, watch TV, go to bed, and pray, like Grandma and Granddaddy said. Why? Why are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Don't do this and don't do that. Let me show you what's wrong with trying to do something without asking for help. Southern dialect. I believe I was miseducated, couldn't remember a thing, but I could tell what needed to be said. Just don't ask about other people's business. Ask no questions. Stay out of other black folks' affairs. The conversation is not your business. Don't snoop around trying to figure out what's wrong or who said what. Black folks don't need to say anything. They confide everything to the white master and get mad when punishment come for revealing too much information. Even getting lynched when tomorrow comes, speaking their mind. They should have kept their mouth shut. Black folks' way of talking is a dialect born out of the force and history, speaking with an accent only they truly understand.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's funny here. We have Katrina Madison. She just checked in and said, "Good evening, gentlemen. I just said in my head and out loud, as you did, wake up, everybody." So sister's on the wavelength with us. So thank you, Katrina Madison, for tuning in, and we appreciate you. And now, the moment we all been waiting for. Wow.
This is, get right into it. I want to start with this. Just give you a tab, and our guests today will continue to fill our ears and minds and hearts with information that so many are still delusional about. Male and female, let's call a spade, straight up.
That's right.
And so I just want to read something first. This is coming from a newsletter. Okay? And the title of this is Health News. And I just want to read a short piece of this and to show you how everything works in. But as I said, our guests will continue to enlighten you. And what I'm getting ready to read is not about the person, but it's about the information that he's going to reveal. This one is, I'm just going to read this in short. Dr. Tyrone Malley, MD, OBGYN, JD. Dr. Malley received his Bachelor of Arts in biology from the New York University. He received his doctorate from the medicine from the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. Dr. Mallory is a board-certified OBGYN and received his training at the Walter Reed Army Medical Center. He received his Juris Doctorate from Georgia State University School of Law. He retired from the military in 2000 as a lieutenant general and is a member of the International Society of Police Surgeons. So I want to stop there in short, and again, we'll continue to get back into it. At this time, again, we always identify our guests with the titles as well as identify and let everybody know, our guests is our brothers and sisters. So again, I'd like to give you and read to you in short about our guest. Our guest is Brother Louis G. Woods. My name is Louis G. Woods. I am a minority owner and proud ambassador of the Justice for Our Jewel campaign, and more importantly, a husband and father. The world is often shocked when they find out a man is passionately champion and product because they underestimate the love of a man has for the females in his life. The silent suffering starts with the voices of our campaign, KeepHerWell.com. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our guest, our Brother Louis G. Woods.
I want to give you that rousing ovation because you really deserve that. And Louis, it's interesting that we have you here today, especially on Women's History Month, because a lot of times they think, oh, well, we're going to have women on the program all through the month. But I think sometimes it's good to switch things up. It's good to let women know that there's always two sides to every particular story. And we have you here, Louis, because you have information that we all need. And what I'd like to do, I'd like to sort of break it down in terms of some of the things he mentioned in the intro. And we have you here, Louis G. Woods, and you're involved with this initiative called Keeping Her Well Project. What is that about exactly?
Thank you, gentlemen, for inviting me. I'm looking around and I see best kept secret entertainment. So yes, it has been the best kept secret. I'm going to get on Faye when I see her. But yes, the Keep Her Well initiative is actually our mission. Pretty much is to bring awareness and education about the potential toxicity of traditional sanitary napkins and tampons that's been affecting women and teens in our community. This has been going on for years. I actually got involved actually through a pastor. I'm from New York City, but now I live in Somerset, New Jersey. And at the time, real quick, my daughter was suffering. It was to the point where she couldn't go to school. She's waking up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with bad abdominal cramps, crying. And my wife is elbowing me and it's like, your baby's growing.
You got to take care of it.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? You know, so I get up. My daughter's in the restroom, big old in the sink. And, you know, as any parent,
of course,
you know, you want to be a protector of the women in your life.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
especially your daughters. Those are your princess. And I'm scratching my head.
What can I do?
I'm a man. What can I do?
What can I
You know?
do? Right.
I don't know anything about the female anatomy, but here it is. She's suffering. What can I do? You know, medication. Should I call 911?
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Should I drive out to the nearest pharmacy to get some medication?
What can I do?
There are any open, which we know there's not. You know. So I really, you know, started becoming more aware. You know, sometimes they would send me out to the supermarket.
Wow.
And I would call my wife like, babe, I'm the only one that's out. You know, the brother here. You know, and I would get on them like, why couldn't you guys get the product early on? You know, and later on, you know, during the campaign, I had to apologize because what they were going through, we have no idea.
Yes.
You know, so that's how really Keep Her Well really started and launched the suffering from my wife all the way down to my daughter. Right now, close to 5,000 women.
Wow.
Just in Jersey alone, that we helped have a better menstrual experience.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And also in this health news newspaper is actually a women's testimony about how they are using the product and that type of thing. So tell us a little about the product. Maybe, you know, we can get some other people who might want to use it.
Absolutely. So we launched this campaign. Actually, we launched this product. We created a sanitary napkin and panty liner for women and teens.
Okay.
Actually started June 1st, 2019. So right before the pandemic.
Yes.
We created a sanitary napkin panty liner with a Nobel Prize winning material called graphene that's actually infused in the product.
Yes.
We also created a plant-based polymer system. Now listen to this. Anytime moisture sits on top of the pad, the polymer system actually pulls the moisture away from the body.
Okay.
So we've been getting a lot of testimonials of women expressing how comfortable and dry. The fact is a non-toxicity.
Okay.
They feel cleaner. And we also created panty liners because we do understand women who pass that stage deal with challenges such as incontinence, hot flashes, leakage, and so that's our deal. So far today, we just hit 1 million customers. We have at least 1 million women who at least touch our product at least one time, and we're getting ready for international expansion.
Now, also is another initiative that you are involved with. It's called Justice for My Jewel. What is that about?
But same thing. They are a nonprofit down in McDonough, Georgia. We collaborate with organizations just to get the message, you know, about women's health, especially menstrual health. Because a lot of women are unaware, and so as men and teens.
Of course.
What's going on with their bodies?
Yeah.
Hopefully later on we'll do actually a demonstration of our product. Because a lot of women, they suffer and they don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are misinformed, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. You know, allowing, you know, moving women to say, hey, use this, try this. You know, and you have a lot of campaigns out here. You know, I don't want to mention any names. You see a lot of marches.
Yes.
Breast cancer awareness for diabetes. But you got to ask yourself, when the last time you heard of a solution to a lot of these companies that promote, you know, hey, help us, you know, fund our cause, but a lot of times you don't hear a solution.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I just, before we go on, I just want to share this from this pamphlet that we have here. Rain health and wellness. And it says here, our mission is to raise awareness by informing both teens and women globally who suffer in silence with pain, heavy bleeding, unhealthy menstrual cycles, and the potential toxicity of tampon use. Our goal is to bring light to a taboo subject of female cycles that has silenced females from all culture for many years. Our platform will educate females on the important roles of keeping a healthy cycle by encouraging getting active, healthy eating, healthy product choices, and community awareness events. The silent suffering stops with the voice of our campaign. And I feel that is sort of a noble endeavor because, again, it's so sad that our women have to suffer because we haven't been involved in their health and their wellness. And before I go on to the next segment, Ron, you want to add anything here?
Just ensure it's important, and as you continue in our guest, this part right here, what I'm getting ready to say, really ties into every single man out there, every single male, young, middle, or seasoned, because you never know when that time may come. I don't care if it's a young boy with a sister. You might be out playing someplace or whatever, and something happened. At least you should have the basic knowledge of what to expect and what to do in case of an emergency. Right. To every sister, every grown woman out there, and let's call a spade a spade. A lot of grown women don't have a clue about themselves. This podcast today, our guest today, and the subject today is extremely important for both sides all around. Because again, yes, I'm a man, I have daughters, I have granddaughters, okay? I have sisters, but I learned over the years, all my life I learned, okay? And what's important is learning and understanding, whether you may not want to get involved in somebody say gooey, whatever. But what's important is the health and wellness, because you'd be surprised. You might be able to save somebody's life, mental, physical, or emotional or spiritual, because when a crisis situation hit one, and you don't know what he or she, in this case, what she's going through, you have to be able to know how to fit in one of those chairs, wear one of those hats, to be able to respond at least with the basic knowledge. And that's what's important. This is not just the surface of a commercial. This is about understanding what's happening to the human body. And as this brother indicated, and we're going to continue to go on, it's about the chemicals that's seeping into your body, into your pores. And that's what's important. Keep in mind. Listen very carefully.
Please, yes. And again, we go to a segment entitled Mind, Body, and Books, where I share some books from my own personal library. But this is such a important subject. I have some books that I think will help everybody, male and female. The first book that I want to just bring your attention to is entitled Prayers for Daddy's Girls. And this is from a friend of mine, Tyrese Elijah Henry III. And he wrote this book here. And basically, from the back of the book, Prayers for Daddy's Girls will show you that you're one of the precious daughters of God. This book will teach you how to rebuild your self-esteem through the power of prayer and daily positive self-esteem affirmations. Okay. The second book, this young lady, I met her at an actual book signing, and her book is entitled Meditations of a Mother's Heart, encouraging poems for moms of all ages. And this is from Anika Davis. And again, another book that really would help us to understand that, we have to think deeply about our women. Dina Robinson is checking in. She's saying hello. Hello, Dina. How you doing? Always good to hear from you. This book here, this is a classic. This is a book that was actually published in 1995, and it's entitled Nappy, Growing Up Black and Female in America. And this is from Aliona L. Gibson. Again, it's a classic. You might not be able to find it. It's probably out of print, but it has so much information. And it's a powerful picture of being black and female in America at that particular time. And I'm sure it hasn't changed much. The next segment of the program is called Music is Lit, and where I read some of these song lyrics from the 70s and the 80s, and sometimes from the 60s as poems. And so, Ron, I have three songs that I want to share with our audience. A lot of this may be familiar to you, and maybe some might not be. The first song, I want to go into the Book of Wonder, Stevie Wonder. And this is from 1972, and this is entitled, and this is from one of my favorite albums of all time, Music of My Mind. And this is Stevie Wonder, and this is Girl Blue. Now, the Main Ingredients also do a version of this, which is actually fantastic, from a album they have entitled Afro Blue, but I like Stevie's version because he is the creator. And it goes, here's Girl Blue. Hello morning, good morning to the one I love. Crystal ringlets paint a picture of a golden sunrise above. Little girl, you're sad, though all you have is visible to you. Within your heart, there stays a part that like the sky is blue. Shifting breezes grace the inner spectrum of your glance. Leaves on branches for your pleasure perform a soothing dance. Little girl, it seems in all my dreams your happiness is due, but still they last, they're in your past, events that make you blue. Thoughts of love are in your mind, your splintered hopes push them aside. A look at life is what you need to try. In an instant there'll be sunshine sprinkled every place. Drops of rain will kiss the softness of your lovely face. Little girl, be fair, show yourself you care, let others care for you before it's too late, 'cause time won't wait till your heart's no longer blue. Little girl, be smart, don't break your own heart, there's love waiting for you before it's too late, 'cause time won't wait till your heart's no longer blue. And that's Girl Blue. That is from the maestro Stevie Wonder. The next song, again, this is from 1969. And this is a song actually recorded by Sonny Charles and the Checkmates. And it's called Black Pearl. And it goes, Black Pearl, precious little girl, let me put you up where you belong. Black Pearl, pretty little girl, you've been in the background much too long. You've been working so hard your whole life through, tending other people's houses, raising up their children too. Hey, how about something for me and you? Here in my arms, you're going to reign supreme. No more serving, baby. They're going to serve my queen. It's our turn for happiness, and our day has come, living for each other, answering to no one. Black Pearl, precious little girl, let me put you up where you belong, because I love you. Black Pearl, precious pretty little girl, you've been in the background much too long. Together we'll stand so straight and so tall, created by love, to love one all. Heart to heart, soul to soul, no other woman could take your place. My world is built around the very smile that's on your face. You'll never win a beauty show, no, they won't pick you, but you're my Miss America, I love you. Black Pearl, precious little girl, let me put you up where you belong. I really need you. Black Pearl, precious little girl, you've been in the background much too long. And again, we want to change that. We want to put our women first, and we want to raise up our women and raise up our daughters. And the last song is from one of my favorite poets, but he's a songwriter. This is from 1980, and this is Gil Scott-Heron, and it is a song entitled "Your Daddy Loves You," and this is for Gia Louise. Now, sweet little old brown-eyed girl, now that you're sleeping, I've got a confession to make of secrets that I've been keeping. Me and your mama had some problems, a whole lot of things on our minds. But lately, when we look at you, we know that we've been wasting time nearly all the time, and your daddy loves you. Say your daddy loves his girl. Hey now, your daddy loves you, loves you. Your daddy loves his girl. Now, sweet little old chocolate girl, well, now that you're sleeping, I feel braver. I got a confession to make. Let me sneak it in while you're dreaming. Dream on. me and your mama has some troubles, a whole lot of things on our minds. But every time we look at you, we know that we've been wasting time nearly all the time. Your daddy loves you. Say your daddy loves his girl. Hey now. Say your daddy loves you, loves you, loves you. Say your daddy loves his girl. Loves his girl, loves his girl. Love you, little chocolate girl. Do you love your chocolate girl? I love my little chocolate girl. I love her. I love her. I love my girl because she keeps me thinking. She thinks about tomorrow. She keeps me holding on. Sweet little thing, tomorrow. Remember that I love you. Please remember that I love you. Say your daddy loves you. Loves you. Yes, remember that I love you. Your daddy loves his girl. And so again, and we go into the music and lit segment, we just want you to understand I can read these songs, but you really need to hear this. And Dina Robinson says that's pure love, that's real love. And again, you have to understand that we as men, we love our daughters as much as our wives and girlfriends and that type of thing. But sometimes there are conversations that we sort of exempt ourselves from. But we have a brother here today that's going to sort of change that all around. And for the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to hear from Louis G. Woods. And then Louis has a demonstration. He has some information. And so please, and we offered this program to you out of love.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Can you guys see the table? Can you guys see this? Where my hands is at?
No.
No.
No, we can't. We can't see it. Yeah.
Can't see it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me get up closer. Should I put a table much closer to you guys, or no? That's not going to help. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, if you guys want to do your research, right now we're working on something for Women's History Month. What's in your feminine hygiene products? As you do your research, there's several websites you want to go to. One of them, I forgot the name of the website, but anyway, it'll come back to me. But if you type in what's in your feminine hygiene product, you'll see some of the chemicals and list of countries. You see a list of countries that is how they list certain ingredients like dioxin. I actually want to show you guys a couple of pictures, but before I do that, as they're helping me out, so you guys can actually see the table, I want you guys to actually check out, go online to the CDC. One of the things the CDC reported that, and let me just go back to what my daughter was going through. It was to the point where my daughter would say things like, I just want to get a hysterectomy, and here it is, she's in, 20, 22, 23 years old at the time. And I'm scratching my head, and I'm like, no, I want to be a grandfather one day, right? And she was going through a lot of pain, and one of the things that, I didn't want to do, didn't want to be insensitive. How's that look, guys? Perfect? Okay. One of the things I didn't want to do was say, hey, won't you try this? Or let's see a new doctor. I know none of the things would actually help. But if you guys stay with me. Ladies, what I'm about to show you, men, this might not mean anything to you, but I want you guys to check this out. Ladies, what do you notice about this sanitary napkin, right? The fact that it's thin, right? So, fellas, please do not leave, okay?
You're scaring me right now.
I'm ready to run.
Right? You notice it's thin, right? But when then you open it up, okay, you see that it's still sealed. And we actually perfected the product already. And then what happens is that you open it up. And what I used to do last year, before we changed the design of the product, I used to let women know one of the things that women complain about mold. Because I would say, what could get in here? Things like mold, dust. Sometimes back in the days, for my old school people, you actually grab out for $1, and some change, and you wind up going in her pocket, her bag by accident.
And you see that?
Right,
Oh.
and you like this, the change and quarters and pins and needles, and the man fell out and everything. You know, but we're gonna have some fun here. But one of the things women would complain was that there's crumbs and all types of debris in here, and they didn't have the nerve to call it sanitary.
Oh,
And I wish you ladies were here. You actually feel the product here, okay? Feel the top layer. And one of the things women will express is that it feels like their underwear, okay? And that's the goal that we're aiming for. So we're gonna take this, put this here, all right? We're gonna put this to the side. Now, we're not gonna say the name of this brand, but this is the brand my daughter used to use. And the only thing I wanna say, you always see them on TV, you always see them in the store, all right? But one of the things I would say, what do you notice about it? It's open, right? The product is open. So what that means is that anything could get inside here, okay? And like I said, they have the nerve to call it sanitary. So what I'm gonna do a short experiment. We're actually gonna take this pad apart, all right? And we're gonna put these babies side by side, okay? Now, when I first saw this, I said, what are they about to do? Okay? So what I did is that we have 2 cups. Thank you, Pierre, for the bottle. According to our medical advisory, they stated that the average woman and young girl gives off anywhere between 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid per change. Now, we know some women are more, some are less. So what I'm going to do real quick for the sake of time, I'm actually going to pour 50 milliliters. That's around what a 2 is at. I'm going to do it for both cups so you guys know I'm not cheating. Okay? All right, so we're gonna measure that. So that's 50, okay? And what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna saturate our first pad. Okay, this is our product, the Rain product. And what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna pour this water back and forth on the pad. Now, I had a young man ask me, why are you going back and forth? I said, well, this is how a woman secretes. You know, it doesn't come down like a waterfall, right? You know, they constantly moving and shifting. Okay. Now we pour 50. We're gonna do the same thing with the commercial pad that my daughter used to use. Okay. And yes, you can try this at home. Okay? So
Not me.
50 milliliters. Okay, we're gonna pour it all over this pad. Now, as you guys can see this, here's what's happening. The body is wet. The body is 98.6 degrees by design, okay? By nature. You got things like bacteria. You got moisture. You got heat. You got fungus, which lead the way. Things like UTI infection, urinary tract infection. All right, women complain about aroma and so many things. You know, if you go online, the CDC reported that there are over 600,000 hysterectomies performed every single year. Okay, our goal here in Jersey is to reach 1.8 million women to have a better cycle. Somebody say, why 1.8 million? Well, over the last 3 years, there's been over 600,000 every single year. So you do the math, right after the pandemic, excluding from 2022, you have 600,000 hysterectomy being performed. The fastest demographics are women. Listen to the first fact, 24 to 40 years of age. A friend of mine said, hey, there's new numbers. 19 to 44 are women who having a hysterectomy. My question is, what's happening that you need to perform a hysterectomy when these young girls are getting their cycle? The average young girl get their cycle at 12 years old, okay? Now they're getting it earlier, 9, 10, 11, and you can blame food, diet, you know, among other things. 14, 16, 18, but yet you're 19, you're just getting out of high school, and now this even a consideration, you know? And I want to talk to the men. That's our daughters, that's our wives, that's our sisters.
That's right,
One is too many. I even have a shirt printed out that says educate, educate, educate. 600,000 is too many. One is too many. And the fastest are African American women, almost 70%. That this happening to. So here it is, we're in Women History Month, and we're talking about a taboo subject that most people don't want to address because it's taboo, whatever, trauma or any instance or things that have happened, or just, hey, I'm not going to touch that subject at all.
Yeah.
But the fact that my daughter, okay, this is happening to, and I actually gave her the product. I said, just try it out. Let me know what you think. All right. The next morning I woke up, the samples were still there. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hey, I come home.
Right.
Not remember, I'm tired. Just want to take my shoes off. She like, Dad, I need more pads and tampons. And I'm like, what happened to the stuff we bought you 2 weeks ago? She said, no, you're not listening, Dad. I want the one you gave me.
Okay.
So no more missing school.
Wow.
No more waking up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Okay. Guess what? No more waking me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yes.
So, and when I saw what happened with her, it became a game changer. Now, you guys remember how many milliliters of fluid that I pour in here? Remember? 50, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do, just so you guys don't think I'm cheating, I'm going to press down as hard as I can. Okay? Right? I'm pressing down hard?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And even though that's the corner spot, but look at this. When I saw this, was the game changer for the women in my house.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay? I'm going to do another napkin, okay? Because I know we got the corner. In case the viewers are watching, like, no, it's a wet spot right there, so okay, I'm going to do it again. Okay? I'm pressing hard. Game changer.
Okay.
Because overall, even the article that you're reading, women want to be comfortable and dry. And a lot of the pain that they're going through is not their fault. Now, let's take the same napkin and put it where my daughter used to be using.
Okay.
All right? I just tapped it. Very light. Look.
Oh.
Wow.
Right? So you gotta ask the question. You wanna be comfortable and dry, or wet and miserable, throwing stuff, you know what I mean? Right? So when I saw that, I said, oh, we got a game changer. I wanna say this. I met another young lady who took one of my business cards right before the pandemic. She called me in May of 2020. She said, I like what you're doing with the campaign, but I want to know if you have any more product. I said, what's going on? She said, well, I had an IUD in my arm. I took it out. They got me on birth control.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Because it drive me crazy. And I'm actually seeing 2 doctors. And she said, I don't mean to be blunt, but I bleed for 30 days.
Oh, my goodness.
I told her, no, listen, we cannot help you. You need a 3rd doctor. Because what's happening to you, I don't have any idea. If you're telling me your doctor can't help you, I said, I can't help you. I told this young lady 3 times. I felt bad.
Yeah, of course.
And she said, well, I need to try something. So she drove from Irvington, New Jersey, down to Somerset. Remember, it's May 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay.
My family, like, where you going? I said, I'm going to drop a couple of these pads off to the young lady. We're going to meet in the McDonald's parking lot.
Oh, my goodness.
I got her testimonial. And back in my mind, I said, it's not going to happen because she already expressed what was going on with her. So we can't help her. She just needed something. 30 days later, she said her cycle went from 30 days to 4 days. After that, this became a personal ministry, a game changer.
Okay.
And I started talking to everybody about what is it that we have and how we could change the lives of women. I don't care whether you're black or white, Hispanic, Jew, Gentile, okay, Muslim. We have something that can keep women comfortable and dry.
All right, and so the product is Rain.
Yes.
Okay, and here just briefly before we go on, I tell you, time is flying. It's flying. Rain, health, and wellness. Our mission is to educate and create products that every human, no matter gender, age, or health concern, the essentials they need to live a full, healthy, and best life. And so, like I said, just in the interest of time, Ron, you want to give us a quick, not so much recap, but just your reflection, because we're almost out of time.
Yeah, just a couple of bullet points in short. One, as you heard and seen, we talk about bacteria, and you hear these, really the demonstration, really you see on the commercial. They talk about the product, but they never talk about what's in the product. It's the exact same thing with the health and wellness, the hygiene. It's the food, what's in the food. It's not the food, it's what's in the food. And when you look at all the women in the Bible, way back when, did they cry and complain about this and that and the other? No, so you go back in your history, look at your education in your mind that you worry about somebody else taking out.
That's right.
But in the same token, they're taking your life out of here too by the chemicals that they're putting in in everything that we wear and eat or whatever. The other thing, too, is, again, really, I just set them all. Because, again, as the brother indicated, went from one stage to the other, even in a demonstration, the difference between a little bit versus a lot. And I guarantee you, and I'm a man, but I'm just saying, there will be more and more and more women who will be praising not only this brother, but the product and the company, whoever the case may be. We're not mentioning names and whatnot, but you will also think the higher power, because it's based on the higher power. God, Allah, I am that I am, no matter what you call him. He is the one to set the captives free. So you held hostage in this situational condition, but he's here to set you free from somebody like this brother who introduced you based on his experience and based on his daughter, his family. So none of us is exempt. We are here to educate, to learn, and continue to lift each other up. Lift each other up. That's what's important.
That's right. Raise our daughters is today's agenda. Raise our daughters.
I want to read this one before I get into the other one. We got a couple minutes. Well, let me just read this. This one, I'm tying this into Women's Month, our conversation and the presentation that you just heard and seen. Okay, our voice. And so we're looking at it from women across the board, but right now, our voice, the voice that's been silent for so long, that's been in pain for so long, that have endured tumultuous condition that we can't begin to imagine. But we are here to let you know. We are here in support of you to continue to do what we need to do, whether you're a mother, daughter, wife, sister, friend, girlfriend, we don't know. Might be homeless, but the bottom line is even they need help and wellness. And so it's our job to reach out to those who are in despair and less fortunate. Our voice doesn't matter. Beyond reason, our voice permeates the universe and the galaxy. We were and we are the voice of reason. From the dark world we were created, from the dense shadows of purity came a marvelous light of unity, a light full of wisdom and knowledge. We are the voice of wisdom and knowledge, founded and created from the most powerful source beyond comprehension, our Creator, the Most High. We are the voice, the power within that drives force beyond the mountains, plains. Power that seeks the guidance of one on a journey towards a freedom we were given, holding back no bar for injustice, but to plow the world with our and who we are. We are shining stars glittering at night, the moon beneath our feet, and the energy that powers the solar energy, where the forces claim their dominance in their place of call. Beyond the boundaries as far as the eyes can conceive, we are the ones he created to be. We are one when the driving force comes together to move and push trash aside, clearing a path for future generations to continue for many days. A brotherhood and sisterhood, a future we pray for each and every walking moment, laboring until the break of day. Unity is our foundation. When we are separated, the bond we share is broken. We stand together, laboring as one, a common voice with the power of thunder, raging across the universe, where the trumpet of an angel sings as loudly as the roaring sea, rising higher than a tsunami as the winds whirl a pathway, while the infernal flames yield to a metric of yesterday. Today we stand unified as one, fighting injustice that claims our own. But we must stand unite and not tear down our own, but build up for who we are, the building that shall not be moved, the cornerstone we are. Our voice is the power of one, our spending power, our labor, our manufacturing knowledge, and our creativity. We must reclaim our original knowledge for which our ancestors fought and died, and so that their future, our present, will be passed on to the next generation today. Our voice has been ingrained in our soul, marbling at the membranes from which we came. Standing as one, moving with power, hearing only the shuffling of the soles of their feet. We come on this day to claim what is rightfully ours, taking no prisoners, only our souls filled with the wisdom and knowledge our Master created has curated. Shaping who we are today, our voice, use it or lose it. The choice is ours to bear and rightfully claim. We are the jewels of life, more precious than silver and gold, finer than sparkling diamonds, pure as sapphires, with deep, rich blackness beyond the only natural treasure, onyx and rubies. Our voice must be reclaimed, and we must sing. We came this far by faith, leaning on our everlasting Lord and trusting in his holy word. He has never failed us yet. The power within, use it or surrender it back to the dark world where your light grows dim. Each second you weep in weakness. Rise up and let the power of the voices be heard. Rise up as one voice. Power to our people, remembering the struggle of our ancestors from the scars on their backs, and never forget where your history comes from. Through their pain and suffering, they weep not. So, why are you here crying the blues over what someone has taken from you? You are the dark side of their ignorance. Show them the light and bring them into the marvelous world of milk and honey, wisdom and epistemology, which is knowledge. Bring them into your world where the wisdom and knowledge shines so brightly.
This has been Poetically Speaking with yours truly, Terry Benjamin and Ronald C. McCray, and you, our VIPs. Our special guest for this afternoon is amazing afternoon, Louis G. Woods, Keeping Her Well Project. And so just want to let you know that this is a special program only because you're special people. So Ronald's going to say good night to you and till we see you again.
Yes, and once again, these last words for each and every male and female, young and old. It's about wisdom and knowledge. Learn something and you will continue to grow and pass it on to the next generation. And with that, we truly thank you for chiming in, and your voice has been heard. And we thank our guests. So be safe and enjoy until we speak again.
Thank you. Good evening.